Alright, this here is my 1973 Vega station wagon, Chevy Vega, and it's my drag car slash street car build. Right now it's a roller. It previously had a 350 small block in it with this transmission here that I've cleaned up and done a shift kit on, and a couple other little things. Those are my headers, 3-piece. I'll go a little more into depth with those here in a minute. Got my fuel cell over there. Give you a little walk around of the car here and what's going to be going on with it. So today I've mainly spent time pressure washing and cleaning out the engine bay here, getting it ready to go for the new paint. It's pretty well cleaned up now. I'm going to go black on the paint in there, make it look all factory again for the most part. I've converted the car to 5-lug here on the front, and I used S10 spindles with an upper Monza ball joint, and I still have the stock lower Vega ball joint, and then I have these cone adapters that adapt the spindle to fit the ball joints. So it's now got the bigger caliper. It's upgraded to a 15 rather than the factory 13, so it's pretty much required to get the ground clearance you need to daily drive one of these. Sorry about the noise, I live on the highway here. As you can see, the car has manual brakes. It doesn't have power steering, it has manual steering and all that. Pretty basic setup. My motor mounts bolt here and here. I'll walk around and show you them. As you can see here, they bolt flat like so, and then these two holes bolt in the front of a small block Chevy using the water pump to hold up the engine, and that's how they're mounted in. It's a real simple setup. The hooker headers, they have to exit through this hole here and this hole here. Let me get a better view of that for you. That hole right there. Those had to be punched out to fit for the small block. It's really tight, the whole setup, but it does fit. You also need to run a custom oil pan, or you'll hit on this knuckle here. When you turn the steering, it'll hit in the corner of each side of the oil pan, and that's not what you want at all there. So, but as you can see here, that's just a seal right there. As you can see, it is a pretty straight car. Doesn't have much rust on it. Nice seats, rear seats here. It's pretty basic so far. I'm gonna build a new dash for it with some new gauges and everything in there. This tack doesn't work. Speedometer doesn't work. Those two gauges do work. That is my temperature and my oil pressure gauge there, and then I got volts over here that works, but I'm going to redo that. I have a Hurst shifter in it with a Jegs switch panel there. I'll be mounting the fuel cell back here. It'll be on top of this tray. Right now the gas tank is underneath it there, so I'm gonna have to get that tank out, build a patch for that where the old gas tank used to be, and get the cell put in. Right now I have these ridiculously wide back tires that hang out of underneath of it. Car has an S10 rear end underneath of it. We're going to be doing something different there, narrowing something to fit a little better. And then we're going to get the rims for the rear that match the front. These are just a rim off of Jegs. I believe they're 4 inches wide, and like I mentioned before, they are 15s. So I'm building a new engine for it right now. It's going to be significantly more powerful than the one that was previously in it. The old one was just a small block Chevy that had been bored over. It was a 355 after the boring. It just had 882 heads on it, 4-bolt main, so it was nothing special. Had a mild cam in it, Edelbrock Performer intake, and a Holley carb, but like I said, I got rid of that motor, and I have a new one. I'm not going to mention anything about it just yet because I'm going to keep it secret until a later video here. Car's been in Iowa its whole life. I picked it up almost 3 years ago now, and I've been doing quite a bit of work on it. I have some pictures, some little clips from when I first got it of how rough the body is. Anybody that saw the car when I first got it will know that it was not in good shape at all. It had been rotted out right here. You can see a little bit of surface rust. I'm getting ready to do real primer on it. It had a real big dent right here in it, and it had a lot of quarter panel rot back here that has also been patched up and fixed. So, same with the other side. Had dents in it all over the place. It's still not a perfectly straight car by no means, but it has came a long ways. It's just rattle can primer on it right now. I'm gonna have to sand all that off and redo it, obviously, so it'll look a lot nicer here shortly. Still doesn't have any cracks in the windshield, has all the glass in it. I have door panels for it. I'm getting ready to do some carpet work in it. As far as the transmission goes, like I mentioned before, it was all just cleaned up and ready. The headers I plan on cleaning up and painting them, making them look a lot nicer. But as you can see, they come apart right here, and then this spot here, this last two tubes, they don't come out, just these ones come out. Same with the other header there. So they're pretty good size, they have pretty good sound to them. We'll be running a full exhaust all the way back on it. Not sure on what mufflers it'll have on it yet, but we're definitely gonna do something there. This fuel cell here, I picked up not all that long ago, but it'll be a nice addition. I believe it's a 12 gallon if I remember right, and then I have a Holley red fuel pump that I'm gonna be running with it, with a regulator and everything, and braided line from the rear to the front. I'm gonna try to do everything by the book as much as possible so I can hopefully run it over at a local track that's not too far from here and get past no problem through the tech part of things. When I did the front end conversion, you can see that it does have quite a bit of camber going on that I'm gonna have to have taken out of it. The previous owners painted it red underneath. I'm gonna have to do something there. As far as the rear end goes, hoping to put a 9-inch underneath of it. I'm gonna have it narrowed a little bit so we can fit a wide tire but still have it tucked underneath of there. It'll have adjustable suspension all the way around. Probably do something with the control arms here eventually. But for now, this is where I'm at. And over here's my hood. Got an 8-inch cowl induction hood. I still need to put the front pins in it. Make brackets in the car for the front pins. Haven't got around to it yet. Had a few other things at the top of the list before that. Like I said, this will be it'll be more of a channel for project cars. This is my buddy's 75 Bug. You'll see a lot of it on the channel as well. So done a lot of work on that, and that'll be in a later video that I'll go through that. But like I said, here's my car. I have a few friends that we're going to show some stuff with their vehicles as well. But I just wanted to give everybody a little layout of exactly what'll be going on. So if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment about anything you'd like to see. You'll see quite a bit of street racing on here once the car is done against a couple of my buddies that are local. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good day.